A Catholic school shooting in the Twin Cities leaves 2 children dead. The latest details in how the shooting is connected to Abundant Life Christian School's tragedy in Madison.
And it is day 2 of the retrial for one of the men charged in a 2023 fatal shooting, who took the stand today.
Plus, the Packers roster is nearly set. The rumors abound of a potential trade. It's all coming up on News 3 Now at 10. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Eric Franke.
And I'm Sarah Carlson. The FBI is now investigating a deadly shooting at a Catholic church in Minneapolis.
Well, federal officials are exploring whether this shooting was an act of domestic terrorism or a hate crime. Now, we warn you, some of these images from the scene are difficult to watch.
Annunciation Catholic Church turned to chaos Wednesday morning when the gunman opened fire during Mass. The church is on the same grounds of a school that bears its name, home to pre-K through 8th grade. Police say the suspect fired dozens of rounds through church windows. 2 children, ages 8 and 10, were fatally shot while they sat in the church pews. 14 children and 3 adult parishioners were also wounded, but are expected to survive.
The dozens of officers that responded to this scene, many of them are deeply traumatized by what they saw.
10-year-old Weston Halsney was seated near the stained glass windows when shots rang out.
My friend Victor saved me though, because he laid on top of me.
Police identify the gunman as 23-year-old Robin Westman. Law enforcement says Westman acted alone and has no criminal history. The Archbishop of St. Paul in Minneapolis shared a message from Pope Leo XIV.
And he sends his heartfelt condolences and the assurance of spiritual closeness to all those affected by this terrible tragedy.
A vigil was held for the victims Wednesday night, but city leaders say thoughts and prayers are not enough.
I think the impetus has to be on all of us as leaders to do a whole lot more.
The nation's latest school shooting is likely to reignite the debate over gun control. The chief of police says the shooter legally purchased the rifle, shotgun, and pistols recovered at the scene.
Now, the school year had just started for Annunciation Catholic School, and law enforcement here says there will likely be anxiety for students heading into the school year.
And on top of that, as Armand Rahman found, there is a connection between the Minneapolis shooting and one of the darkest days in Madison's education world.
Law enforcement today has confirmed that the shooter, Robin Westman, released a YouTube video showing off their weapons with a variety of symbols and names written on them, including the name Rupnow on an AR-15. That's the last name of the 15-year-old girl who opened fire at Abundant Life Christian School in Madison last December, killing 2 people and injuring 6 more. Law enforcement here say they provide training to help people be more aware of possible troubling signs in person and online.
And really encouraging them to see something, say something.
Dane County Sheriff's Deputy Jocelyn Longley says today she was just at a school going through their standard response protocol training, which establishes common definitions for lockdowns, holds, and more when the shooting happened in Minnesota.
It is hard when you then come out and see this unfolding in Minnesota.
She says especially after hearing of tragedies like this, it's important to have conversations with your family.
There's going to be a lot of anxiety going back to school.
Parents should make sure to have age-appropriate talks with their kids.
But most importantly for the younger kids, it's important that they listen to their teachers. But they may not be with their teacher. So it's really important that those conversations take place.
Since 2016, the Dane County Sheriff's Office has trained over 35,000 people in the county on emergency preparedness, which includes active shooter response. It's free for schools, workplaces, and more.
It's also nice when they send pictures ahead of time. We can talk about safer areas, because not everyone has a door with a lock in an office or classroom.
The Sheriff's Office also has a program with the state DOJ's Office of School Safety called Speak Up, Speak Out, for when kids and parents overhear something or read something online.
That they can anonymously pass this information on, and it goes directly, once the Office of School Safety gets it, to that school and that law enforcement, so that we can get involved.
Now, it's not clear if the guns in Westman's video were the ones used in the shooting, but it's not the first time Rupnow has been connected to another school shooter. Back in January, law enforcement confirmed Rupnow may have been in contact with a school shooter in Nashville on social media.
All right, that was Armand Rahman. Thank you. You can request that Dane County Sheriff's Office emergency preparedness training on their website, though the deputy says that it's booked out until late November.
We did reach out today to Abundant Life Christian School officials about today's events. Representatives did not want to speak on camera to avoid triggering anyone within their school community, but they did release a statement which reads, quote, As a school that has experienced tragedy firsthand, we understand what they are going through and the challenges of the road ahead. Our Challenger family holds the Annunciation and Minneapolis communities in our prayers, offering our support and stand in solidarity with them at this difficult time, end quote. And we will continue providing updates on the shooting right here on News 3 Now. You can receive the news directly to your phone with free Channel 3000 mobile app.
And now to an update from the Diocese of Madison after a priest was arrested for alleged child sex crimes. The diocese saying that during an ongoing internal review, it found a complaint about Reverend Andrew Showers from a parent dating back to December of 2021. That parent expressed some concerns about pastoral questions asked during confession. Showers was recently charged in connection to an online undercover investigation conducted by a police officer posing as a 14-year-old girl.
The Madison Police and Fire Commission has selected Madison's next chief of police. The commission selected John Patterson to have the job now permanently. Patterson has been serving as interim chief since Sean Barnes left the department back in February for Seattle. The commission chose him over Madison Captain Stephanie Drescher and Milwaukee Assistant Police Chief Stephen Johnson. Now to weather. Rain expected overnight a bit.
So, Blaze, do we have any showers on Radar 3000 yet?
There are some showers popping up. Yep, Sarah. There out along the Mississippi River, you can see most of that green, the even yellows, and some pockets of some orange popping up along the Grant-Crawford County line, in and around Prairie du Chien, up towards Gays Mill, south of Viroqua right now, but really hugging 61. We do have a little bit of shower activity now beginning to extend into Platteville, Mineral Point, into Dodgeville, too. We're beginning to see some of this move its way further into southwestern Wisconsin. We also have another line of showers along with non-severe thunderstorms that's going to continue to push its way south and eastward as we go overnight following the passing of a cold front. So if you're not seeing rain now, we'll likely continue to keep that threat for rain through at least the morning commute time frame on Thursday, because obviously those showers up north have to travel a little bit of distance to get to us, and those showers and thunderstorms off towards the southwest are primarily going to stay into southwestern Wisconsin. So we are going to see that chance for showers and thunderstorms through at least the morning commute time frame on Thursday, and then future track already at 8:30, 9 o'clock tomorrow has us drying out. So we are looking to then quickly dry out as winds will stay out of the northeast for Thursday. So 50s tonight, right around where we should be for this time of year. But the cooler temperatures are not going away anytime soon. We'll track out why we're going to continue to stay very fall-like and take a look at what Mother Nature has in store for when the Badgers play Miami of Ohio tomorrow in the full forecast.
All right, Blaze, thank you. It is day 2 of the retrial of Devontae Gafford, one of the men facing felony charges for a shooting and killing on the city's east side back in 2023. Gafford is accused of first-degree recklessly endangering safety and also first-degree intentional homicide, both as a party to a crime. The state and prosecution questioned officials on the stand, zeroing in on the exact details of what happened at the scene.
That is correct.
But in this particular instance, basically a vehicle drove right through the middle of what was soon to be a homicide investigation, correct?
Well, Gafford testified on his first trial. It is possible that he will take the stand tomorrow. Jurors are expected to return to the courtroom at 9 in the morning. Madison police are asking for the public's help in identifying the suspects in an assault that sent a man to the hospital. It was August 13th when officers were called to Balsam Road at Leland Drive. That's just south of Raymond Road on the city's west side for reports of a battery. And there, they found a man with injuries, and he was taken to the hospital. His condition is currently unknown. The suspects left before officers arrived. If you know who any of these men are, you're asked to contact Madison Police or Madison area Crime Stoppers.
Now we have an update regarding millions of gallons of wastewater that was released due to an overflow in Madison. The sewerage district first reported this overflow last Friday. They say a crack formed in a large sewer pipe running through a district-owned wetland. A review found that 6 million gallons of untreated wastewater was released over the course of 10 days, with an unknown amount flowing into the wetland and entering Nine Springs Creek.
We are pumping water out of the wetland into our treatment plant, where it goes through the biological process and then it gets returned to the environment. And we're working closely with our partners at Public Health and the Wisconsin Department of Resources, doing sampling and just understanding what other activities or monitoring actions we might need to take.
A temporary pipe repair was completed Saturday, and district staff will complete a permanent repair in the coming months.
Well, people living and driving in and around the area of Camp Randall Stadium can expect plenty of delays tomorrow before, during, and after the Badgers home opener. Breeze Terrace, Monroe Street, and North Randall will all be closed at some point tomorrow. After the game, access near Regent Street will also be restricted. All vehicles will have to turn right and outbound to help traffic exit the stadium area. You can find plenty of specific information about traffic flow during tomorrow's game. You can find that at channel3000.com.
Well, the Badgers roster is not the only thing that will look a little different at Camp Randall this year. Team executive chef Jacob Moss walked through some of the key changes and highlights to this year's food and concessions lineup.
A carne asada taco. It's got a chihuahua cheese seared right into the tortilla, which is really nice. We've got a beef bulgogi bowl, so kind of a Korean rice bowl. Same thing available in a wrap, which is great. And then we've got something like Nona's meatball, so just a giant, great Italian meatballs on top of a bed of mashed potatoes, which is really cool.
Along with debuting their new menu items, the team is also expecting to sell 7,000 brats and 9,000 hot dogs in their one-week opener. In the one-week game.
Week one game, and I think those numbers might be a little low. I bet they could sell more than 16,000 of those. Well, here's a heads up for all Badger fans as well. We are less than 24 hours away from our News 3 Now 30-minute special Wisconsin Game Day. It'll air right after News 3 Now at 6. I'll be joined by sports director Andrew Banstrud. We'll have a preview of the game, and we'll also have a preview of our coverage throughout the day on News 3 Now before the Badgers take on the Red Hawks of Miami of Ohio.
Well, after last night's cuts, the Packers roster is just about set.
Yeah, still tweaking it a bit, but today fans were more focused on a member of the Dallas Cowboys. News 3 Now senior Packers writer Jason Wilde has more on these rumors of a trade involving Green Bay.
On a day when there were all kinds of great stories about guys who are on the Green Bay Packers roster, whether it was Bo Melton, who made the conversion from wide receiver to cornerback and made the team, or Kamal Hadden, who spent all of last year on the practice squad and made the 53-man roster, or Nazir Stackhouse, who kept the Packers' 21-year streak of keeping at least one undrafted rookie free agent on their roster. The topic that was on everyone's mind at Lambeau Field today was a guy who isn't on their team. That is Dallas Cowboys edge rusher Micah Parsons, who is reportedly on the trading block, although who knows what Jerry Jones might have up his sleeve. So Packers general manager Brian Gutekunst was asked about Micah Parsons, and here's what he said.
Yeah, first of all, I can't talk about any players on any other teams, but I think, again, every opportunity that's out there that if we think it could help the Packers, we're going to take a long look at. And, again, if that opportunity makes sense to us, then we'll do it, and if it doesn't, we won't.
So while the odds of the Packers acquiring Micah Parsons or Jerry Jones even being crazy enough to trade Micah Parsons away from the Dallas Cowboys are probably pretty low, it was an interesting topic that a lot of folks were intrigued by, especially Packers fans. We have plenty of other stories, though, on channel3000.com for free that you can check out when you're online. And, of course, when you're there, make sure you sign up for our newsletter, which delivers our Packers coverage directly to your inbox every single day. In Green Bay, Jason Wilde, channel3000.com.
We are just 9 days away now from the kickoff of the NFL season. The Packers are 11 days away. They'll open on Sunday the 7th, 3:25 Central Time, Lambeau Field kickoff against the reigning NFC North champion Detroit Lions. You can watch that game live right here on Channel 3.
It'll be a good one. Ahead at 10, Blaze tells us if we'll get any rain during tomorrow's Badger game.
And are you planning on taking a trip, maybe around Labor Day or soon after? We'll detail the savings both in the air and also at the pump for the holiday weekend.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
As the summer season comes to a close, travelers can look forward to dipping airfares and also some cheaper gas prices.
Yeah, these are the lowest prices we've seen since 2020, believe it or not. Gas prices are below $3 a gallon here in the Madison area and are expected to dip in other parts of the country as well. And if you're flying, domestic airfare is 6% cheaper than last year. And right now we have a little rain in the forecast, but will there be showers ahead of tomorrow's big game?
There can be no rain, Blaze. We need beautiful football weather tomorrow
That
night.
is a lot of pressure to put on me. But the good news is the showers will move out well before the kickoff time. So that is some good news. The showers will be ending through at least the late morning hours on Thursday. We have yet another high pressure system moving on in, so that is going to bring down yet another round of very comfortable football, perfect football weather for not only Thursday, but really throughout the rest of the work week into most of your Labor Day weekend. So 70s tomorrow. I think that rain chance is primarily going to be stretching from about Prairie du Chien all the way back to maybe Monroe and then further into Iowa as we go through the morning hours. And then we'll slowly clear on out as we go throughout the rest of your Thursday afternoon. A little bit cooler than where we should be for this time of year. We should still be near 80, but many of us will be hanging out in those low to mid 70s. We're looking at the mid 60s for the tailgate tomorrow. Kickoff at 8. 65 degrees, mostly clear to partly cloudy, and then after the wind, obviously, upper 50s to low 60s, still keeping those partly cloudy conditions. So we are looking at a very comfortable Friday, well, it's not Friday night, but almost a Friday night football weather. We're just going to move it to Thursday. So go out and obviously cheer on the Badgers tomorrow because that rain chance will wrap up. Friday's rain chance doesn't look super impressive. Then we stay quiet through your Labor Day weekend. And then starting, I would say, later Labor Day night into that Tuesday and further into that following Wednesday, we have a better chance for some showers. Right now, we're continuing to see this blocking pattern set up across parts of the Pacific Northwest. And so what is happening is two things. Warmer air is being pushed into parts of Alaska, and our weather systems are essentially going into Canada. When they do that, they lose a lot of their moisture, they develop a cold front, and that cold front sweeps across parts of the upper Midwest, parts of our neck of the woods. What follows the cold front is a high pressure system. So as these systems pass through parts of Canada and their cold fronts pass overhead, we're just going to continue to get these high pressure systems moving on in, which is why over the next 6 to 10 days, we have about a 70 to 80% chance of being cooler than average, and that extends even 8 to 14 days out. Take a look at how much cooler than average we could be by next Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. 60s, low 60s for high temperatures. So perhaps or at least Mother Nature has said goodbye to summer, because take a look at that 7-day forecast. Overnight lows in the 50s, 70s for high temperatures up through about Tuesday of next week, and then we're back into the upper 60s to low 70s, upper 50s to low 60s by that following Thursday. So I don't know, maybe we've said goodbye to summer. I mean, isn't Labor Day like when all the kids go back to school anyways?
Pretty much.
So it's, yeah, I mean, maybe it's just time.
It'll be hot. It'll be hot at the end of September. I can already see it.
Did you say blocking pattern? In
Yes. Are we going to make a segue?
I think he's thinking football already. He can't get it off his mind.
And speaking of a blocking pattern, we spoke with Wisconsin starting center who said something pretty interesting. Still to come in sports, why he says no one cares about the Badgers and what he plans to do to change that on game day. Next on News 3 Now. We have just about made it. We're less than 24 hours away. By this time tomorrow, Wisconsin football will finally be here. Tomorrow's season opener against Miami of Ohio is a day that Billy Edwards Jr. has been dreaming of for months. But before he throws his first touchdown pass as a Badger, he'll need some help catching Z's.
Definitely probably have to take at least 10 milligrams of melatonin. But yeah, it'll be hard to see for a multitude of reasons. Obviously, get into play in a place like Camp Randall and a place like Madison, Wisconsin. There'll be a lot of exciting nerves.
I can't wait. We always do the countdown. It's just like the last 3 days always take forever to come. So we all super excited, super pumped up for playing Miami, Ohio, and really get back to playing Badger football.
But if we're being honest, it's not just excitement to play. It's being ready for revenge. Revenge on a 2024 season that was not up to the standard for Wisconsin football. The Badgers missed a bowl game for the first time in 22 years and say it's their job to earn back their fans' trust.
We got a chip on our shoulder because nobody's talking about us. No one cares about us. That's okay. That's totally fine. We know what we did last year. We know what happened. But this is where we go show the world what we are, who we are now, and what we can do.
Kickoff is at 8 tomorrow, and right after News 3 Now at 6, Eric and I will host Wisconsin Game Day, a special getting you ready for that battle against Miami of Ohio. Stick around after at 7 o'clock. We shift over to Channel 3000 Plus for even more coverage. If she had it her way, Madison Quest was always going to be a Badger. After all, the Pewaukee native's mom played volleyball at Wisconsin, and her dad played basketball at UW too. And as it turns out, the outside hitter's quest indeed took her to Madison. Alongside her new teammates, the freshman is fired up to start their season on Friday.
Whenever we put the jersey on and come out here looking around, growing up from here, it's so cool to see all the kids line up and everything that all the fans do, because that was once me, and I would line up along the court or come to all the games. So it's really cool to be on the other perspective, and it's something that I can't wait for all the game days, because it's something that I always look forward to.
Injuries have not stopped the Brewers so far. They are 18-7 since losing their young star, Jackson Chourio. That's the best record in baseball during that span. The good news is he'll be back soon. The bad news is their all-star closer, Trevor McGill, got placed on the injured list today, trying to win their third straight against the Diamondbacks tonight, but the Snakes have proved slippery. The Crew chasing 2 in the 8th, and Slick William Contreras soars a homer to left. See you later. His 16th of the season made it a one-run game, but it would stay that way. The Crew lose 3-2. That is how many days we are away from Wisconsin football season opener. The countdown continues with a final check at your game day forecast next.
Final check. We got blocking patterns. We got bottom line is we got some good weather coming our way for this game tomorrow night.
It is going to be perfect football weather. Once the rain clears out, and it should clear out by the noon hour, we're going to be left with clearing skies, partly sunny conditions. Eventually, we'll dip into the 60s by the time kickoff happens around 9 o'clock. But throughout the day, expect the rain through at least the late morning hours. Otherwise, another comfortable fall-like day. A beautiful Labor Day weekend ahead, Saturday, Sunday, and your Labor Day Monday. Low to mid 70s, flirting with the 80s by Tuesday of next week, and it is short-lived. I guess the connection wasn't there, because we are back into the 60s, low 60s by Thursday of next week.
Loving it.
Fall is about here.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching us. Stephen Colbert coming up next.
And our next show tomorrow morning at 4:30. Be sure to tune in. And you can always find us streaming 24/7 on Channel 3000 Plus.